Fog can see a few of them. He knows they're heading towards C, which is really interesting. One, this is a pretty nasty map. This is one of the new higher tier maps, which I think is a lot of fun. I think it's still a newer map, so we're still learning how to play it. But another situation where Fog is kind of late to the party getting down a cap, you know, not that far behind, but they're only just now getting to A cap, so these guys are going to be down a couple points already. They're going to be down probably 20 or so points. Fog is going to be able to... Wait. That's so weird.
Wow,
Sir Robert Whitney has a TSF tag, and he's playing on Fog. I got super confused for a second. Alright, let's get back at it, though. But looks like most situations, though, as we saw in the past, there are going to be big fights over the middle B cap, and then ooh, Russian Bear better start moving. And looks like almost an even trade for planes on B cap as well, especially with the Bismarck rolling in and a Norca adding some extra support. So kind of just a standstill right now, which we see a lot of. You see kind of one team go B, one team go C, and then kind of fight over, or one team go C, one team go A, and then fight over B cap. But it looks like Russian Bear is stacked up pretty nice right now. Kind of dodged all the twerps, so it looks like they're going to be okay. But they got to be really careful because TSF is rolling that extra Benson, with Achilles rolling Benson, and Fog still only having the 2 cruisers. So this map has a lot of channels, so a lot of places to kind of throw twerps out and really potentially do a lot of damage, especially with Russian Bear and Fog, Battleship Yamato, kind of both just sitting here. They know they're there, so perfect torps could really punish this team.
Yeah, you could see that SFE Sniper from Fog definitely took a little bit of damage there, but he smoked up. Fog is trying to take that B cap, but they've managed to take A as well. As you said, they're about 40 points behind TSF, which is not the end of the world. That's definitely something they can deal with. They are contesting B. They're going to try and make sure they're going to throw a lot of torps out to make sure
There's
no
so many torps coming towards Fog right now. Luckily, they missed the cross torp by just a little bit, but Fog, Battleship Yamato, and Russian Bear are going to be caught out in the open, maybe spotted by planes, maybe take a fire or two. They were really fortunate to not take any of those torps. It was almost a perfect cross torp from those destroyers, but those destroyers are set up and they can't contest. The DDs on Fog can't contest that because they're outnumbered. You know, Sniper's going to go for Rhino, but the Fog destroyers will now, Fog Carrier Essex, which I think he switched, now has the health perk, but they can't win that 1v1. You know, they can't push out. They have the lack of health and lack of DDs. You know, it's a 3v4, so it's kind of a matter of time, and Russian Bear and Yamato not getting the smoke and cover they need. They're both on fire and just sitting there taking this damage.
Yeah, this is a really bad spot for Fog right now because he said they're in the open. They can't really do much. TSF has now taken 2 points, and now they are going to just increase that lead for the rest of the game until Fog can do something. But Fog coming around from the side, though, with this Kutuzov, that is very ballsy, man. I mean, he's going to smoke up, but wow, that's like, he just flanked in there. He's very fragile. He's going to try and take out the other Kutuzov. There's some torpedoes coming in from the Benson, and the Shiratsu's right there as well in case he wants to deal with them. I mean, they're going to really try and kind of make them choose whether they're going to try and deal with this Kutuzov or not. I can't see if this thing's taking damage, but it looks like it dodged the torps just nicely, and it's sitting in the corner of its smoke, but it looks like shells are coming in, maybe landing a few on them. How's that Kutuzov doing over there?
Let's look for... Kutuzov's doing fine with the Shiratsu with supporting. Merrill's is in a lot of trouble over here. See if we can get over to Sir Robert Whitney really quick, or even... I may have spoke too soon. Merrill's going in with his magical torps, is at least going to get 1, looking like 2, potentially 3. Is that? He is down.
Oh,
Merrill's, man.
Wow.
Getting... Oh, that was Wildwing, actually. Working together. So taking out a Kutuzov early again. That has been kind of their 1-2 punch. Down a cruiser, down a smoke generator, down a nasty weapon that they no longer have. And Merrill's putting up either flanking torps or something like that, but then the 1-2 punch with Wildwings and Merrill's right there, taking out that cruiser. Really good kill right there. And when you asked how's he doing, I said he's fine until I switched to him. He's no longer fine, Q. He's sinking. The ship is upside down, and he's gonna do nothing.
Yeah, that's why I was so surprised. I mean, that was such an aggressive move, and unfortunately, did not pay off. They, TSF did a great job just changing their fire direction, immediately trying to focus fire him down, getting a lot of shots on him, and then getting those torps in. He said, "Great job from Wawings and from Merrills to come in there and just deal with both that destroyer and the cruiser." Of course, now we see the Bismarck over here from Fog also taking a lot of shots. He looks like he was going to go back up that Kutuzov, but since he's not there anymore, he's going to try and roll into B and try and contest that a bit. It looks like Fog is going to take B, though, which would really, really help them get that lead back. But now being down a ship, that is even lower for them. So they've just got an even bigger hill to climb. So that's that kind of sucks for Fog right now. But they're going to keep trying to deal with B and really contest that. And they did a great job contesting last game, making sure that no one else was in that cap. And they just did a great job torping people out of it right now. So I'm interested to see if Fog can kind of take this back. But they've got to get that Bismarck from stopping taking damage. Avanti's going to take a torp or two just from that drop from the carrier. Great job from the carriers again. He took one, but he's at half health at this point. This is going to be intense for Avanti. I don't know if he's going to get out of here alive.
Right now, I am seeing TSF completely outplay Fog. How many people on Fog's team can you see right now?
I can see two. Is that I can see that Bismarck, and then I can see the North Carolina and the other Bismarck with Rustlin Bear and Fog Battleship Yamato. Besides that, Fog is actually doing a pretty good job hiding everywhere.
Have they been doing a good job throughout? Because we've almost not been able to see TSF almost the entire game, and that is part of them having the extra DD and a bit more mobile smoke. But TSF has almost been hidden this entire game by perma smokes, and just sending those torps have just been brutal. Evan is just chilling out in the open. He's going to get absolutely burned down. Really good drop, which doesn't seem like a big thing, just hitting 2 torps on a CV, but if he has the flood flag and he's going to take extra flooding, that definitely helped take down this Bismarck. And not only are they down a cruiser, they're down a battleship now, which is a really big downside. Getting any damage out of these fighter loadouts is a crazy unexpected addition, you know?
Yeah, it's just a big bonus for the team.
Exactly.
In general.
And to help kind of focus fire, like we said, these guys are going to be primed to focus fire down things. So when getting an extra ship like a CV to pump out 2 torp damage, what probably equal to maybe 12-13k on top of whatever flooding it did, I mean, that is an awesome thing to have. Unexpected, but awesome.
Yeah, I think I think Fog is on their back feet right now. They've got to become aggressive. They're down by over 200 points. It's a big hill to climb, as I said before. And TSF said doing a great job. You mentioned earlier just how much visibility they have, and granted, not everyone was spotted at that moment in time, but you could see exactly where everyone was on the map. I could see where all the battleships were. I could see where every DD was, at least at some point, and all the cruisers. So as you said, TSF just did a great job spotting out the entire team and making sure that there was always some Fog ship to fire at. And a couple of their ships are pretty low, but in general, they've done a great job sharing firepower. That they still haven't lost the ship. TSF is just hanging in there with Merrills has got 2,300 hit points. So one errant shot, which comes in from the other Shiratsu. He may take it down, and there it goes. The first ship to go down for Fog. Congratulations on Fog on their first kill there.
We're about to see basically a trade right now. They took down Merrills, which is an awesome kill. They took down Soup Duck, but they lost Russian Bear in the process. So they gotten a couple trades, which is good. They've taken down a destroyer, which is really good. But they're down 2 battleships. Only 1 battleship left to the enemy's 2, although Pink Assassin is, I think, only sitting about 2/3 life or so. But health-wise, I think TSF's doing a little bit better, but really Fog isn't doing that terrible. They've evened up the DDs, which is really important. Unluckily for, Merrills was, I guess, the less of a gunboat, so in my opinion, less of a threat. Battleship Yamato might take a torp right here. If he gets really unlucky, he's going to take one right on the tip, so he is flooding. He's actually taking 2.
Actually.
So wow, their last remaining battleship down to only 25,000 life. He does have, it looks like, repair, but just the constant incoming fire from those Bensons. I mean, if you played ranked or if you played anything, a Benson is so scary, and being able to stealth fire and being able to just rain down that fire, especially on the big superstructure of a battleship, that in many situations isn't moving too much in these competitive sequences or these games. One fire here, if he gets him right here, he's sitting on that fire the entire time. He's going to tick down for probably another 10k or so.
I think you said Fog Battleship Yamato is finally getting behind the hill. He's safe for a little while. He's going to go out of sight in a bit. He should be okay. So yeah, Fog is doing a great job trying to get back into this game, trying to at least even things up. And they're only one ship down at this point. The only guy that's, super low is probably Fog Battleship Yamato. The rest of their team is, hurt as well, but not terribly. But TSF, almost their entire team is full health. That Bismarck's lost about 20k, but it is repairing. The other Bismarck is about 20k as well, but their DDs, their cruisers, everything has got health. Wawing Fan is dodging some torps, making some torpedo beats happen, not taking anything, trying to be aggressive. They've got to go take back B, because at this point, Fog is actually going to take the point lead very, very soon. If they can get one more ship down, but oh no, Fog Carrier Essex in the Benson is taking some shots. If he goes down, that is really, really bad for Fog. They need that DD advantage. They need as many DDs as they can to try and deal with stuff. I said DD advantage, but of course, TSF still has the DD advantage with 3 Bensons, and they're just raining fire on that other Benson from
S6 is getting absolutely picked on. We just lost Sir Robert in the Shiratsu, so if Carrier S6 can maybe get a trade right here, they might be in a good spot, but I just don't think he's going to. He's got perma vision on him. Rhino's sitting in his smoke, so he's not going to take any damage. Wawings is just shaking his little booty around, not taking any damage from him, and with the Kutuzov helping him out, 3 DDs rolling for him. SFE Sniper throws down a smoke for him, trying to say, hey friend, get in here quick, but I don't think he's going to quite make it. Those guys' shots are too good, man. They're just too good. And down goes another ship for Fog. TSF going to slowly start pushing in, taking that B cap, and slowly tighten the grasp that they have on this, even the second game already. And Fog Battleship Yamato sitting broadside to a Bismarck with Pink Assassin. Broadside best side, but the Battleship Yamato doesn't have anywhere to really go. If he goes forward, he's going into a Bismarck. If he backs up, he's going into a Bismarck. He's got DDs on both sides, but where do you really go and still be effective by pumping out damage? There's not much you can really do.
Dropping one more ship for TSF pretty much means they clinch this in seconds. So, Fog Battleship Yamato just said it's got to be safe. He can't go be aggressive right now because he will die faster that way. So he's got to get back around the island, buy some more time. Hopefully that Nerman doesn't get around his TSF and his Bismarck and ruin his day. And said he's just got between a rock and a hard place. But he's just got to survive and hope that at least the remaining DD SFE Sniper can do something. Maybe go back and cap C, since they've pretty much left C open completely. But even the carrier is moving in to B cap to try and just hold things and secure this. And unless Fog does something soon, oh man, maybe Fog Battleship Yamato decides to just deal with this Bismarck himself. They're about the same amount of hit points. The Bismarck is repairing on TSF. We'll see if Fog can deal with this. This is going to be dangerous.
Honestly, right now, a ram isn't a terrible play. It really isn't. Depending on how big of a hit there is. As you can see, Achilles is right behind him. So maybe if Nermond hit a decent hit right there, that he pulls away and doesn't go for it, Achilles hits him with torps. Really, Nermond going in for the ram. Honorable ram. Will he do it? It's not a bad trade right now. Battleship for battleship this late. Yeah, 1 for 1 right now. 100% I do that trade. There's nothing wrong with that. Take out their last battleship. Their Kutuzov is super low. Their Benson's super low. In a competitive atmosphere like this, it's not about just killing ships. It's about getting good trades. And when Fog lost their first Kutuzov, they didn't get a trade on that DD. They didn't get a 1 for 1, even if it's 1 ship for 1 ship. It was a 1 for 0 for TSF. They killed that Kutuzov without anything else taking damage. He didn't take down Merrill. He didn't even know that Wawings was even there. So it's all about getting those good trades. So even like right there, taking out a battleship for battleship, even though it's kind of late and it didn't quite matter, even mid-game, that's not terrible. Taking out their last battleship, they're down a big ship, they're down a tank, let the other battleship push up and kind of be just a force. But another commanding victory. An improvement by Fog. Look at that Fog battleship shooting down 39 planes. And holy crap, Rhino. Am I reading that right? Rhino, the Benson, shooting down 33 planes?
Wow, just I mean, doing God's work, man. Jeez, Rhino just making sure he screens for his team, sitting in smoke, just dealing a ton of damage to any aircraft that came in. I mean, Fog had the advantage, I'd say, in the first one, trying with that air superiority, but I guess maybe they switched that Benson to a completely air superiority Benson, and man, he
Is that
he
Game
almost
Genie
topped the
cheat
game.
codes? What's going on right now, Q? 30. He shot down almost as many planes as a NorCal, which I assume the NorCal is set up for AA. So that is pretty freaking crazy. A Benson shooting down 33 planes. That's pretty insane. But look at how commanding Enumati is. And I just noticed this now. TSF switched out their CV player. So maybe was it I forgot who played the first game for him. Maybe that's not their main CV player. So 26 planes, the Fog carrier Shokaku's 8. That's a massive difference than it was the first game where Shokaku actually won the air battle. So not only did TSF win the DD battle, just having purely more and getting more torps out and everything, but they won the battleship battle, they won the cruiser battle, they won every battle. So what little victory that Fog took out of the first game, they couldn't even carry on to the second game with Shokaku only having 8 plane kills compared to Animati's 26. I mean, Rhino freaking just doing work, just staying in the smoke, shooting down all those planes. That's that Sea Hall Benson for you with, I'm assuming, the consumable, but holy smokes. That's next level planes by that DD.
Yeah, in the first game, they had TCN playing in the Shikaku, so they did switch it up for TSF between who was playing their carrier player. So, yeah, I mean, maybe TCN is not their main player, but he still did a great job.
Oh, yeah,
but
he did great.
Fog carrier Shikaku in that first game just dominated the air and really gave at least Fog a bunch of chances to try and do something there. I don't think they had that many chances in this game. As you said, TSF did a great job staying hidden, focusing fire. I mean, this is what we saw a lot of time excuse me, I should say, many times in the last time we cast this was smoking up, staying hidden, but not so many big balls of doom right now. I'm seeing people kind of across the map forcing people to choose which direction they're firing, and really cool sort of different kind of change in the meta with sort of 2 groups that are kind of trying to provide pressure in different parts of the map, and very interesting to see if Fog can kind of maybe come back in this third round here and maybe seal it. I believe it is best of 5, so we have at least one more round. And we hopefully, I really am rooting for Fog, so we get a couple more games to cast.